Most people buy this category wrong, not because they chose the wrong product, but because they bought it for the wrong reason. There are one or two things that actually settle this decision, and they almost never appear in the headline spec. Think about the actual moment you will reach for this. Not the unboxing, not day one. The third week in, when it just needs to work without you thinking about it. That is the bar. The THIRDREALITY ZigBee Smart Blind, motorized blackout window shades with remote, cordless honeycomb blinds, automatic height setting, 2A batteries powered, 29W×72H beige white is built around material. Reality Cellular Smart Blinds, using honeycomb fabric coated with aluminum foil. It can black out up to 100% and has better performance in security and privacy. Noise reduction, waterproof, warm keeping, and energy saving. Suitable for multiple applications like bedroom, living room, office, hotel, and etc. That is the thing that separates it from what is sitting next to it at a similar price. It is not trying to be everything, it is trying to do this one thing at a level that earns its place. The first feature worth understanding is material. THIRDREALITY Cellular Smart Blinds, using honeycomb fabric coated with aluminum foil, it can black out up to 100% and has better performance in security and privacy, noise reduction, waterproof, warm keeping, and energy saving. Suitable for multiple applications like bedroom, living room, office, hotel, and etc. In practical terms, that means you are not fighting the product to get a result. It absorbs the friction that usually slows you down. The second is easy installation, DIY, friendly, hassle-free installation. We have attached a user guide and size guide. Please read it to help you to choose the right size and install it. If there is any installation question, we are all here for you. This one looks minor on the spec sheet, but it is the thing you notice every single time you use it after the first 2 weeks. And the third is ZigBee 3 Standard. Directly connect with Echo Plus 1st and 2nd Gen, Echo Studio, Echo 4th Gen. No third-party hub required. Smart blinds also work with most popular ZigBee hubs, like SmartThings 2015-2018, Eero 6 and 6 Pro, Home Assistant ZHA/CIG, BEE2, MQTT, Hubitat Elevation, Homey Bridge, Homey Pro, and THIRDREALITY Smart Hub, which is more useful than it sounds until you actually need it. Together, those three things explain why this one has the reputation it does, and why it keeps showing up in comparison lists 2 years after launch. What the listing will not tell you is that DC power supply and low power consumption, powered by 4 AA batteries on the bottom rail, hassle-free battery replacement. 6 months, battery life under typical usage conditions. Soapening, hosing blinds once every day. That is the thing buyers consistently flag after extended use, and it is actually more useful in practice than the spec alone suggests. Here's where I have to be straight with you though. After connected with compatible hubs, you can remote control the motorized blinds wherever you are, or create routines, timers, schedules, groups as you like. With using Alexa, it is very convenient to control them with voice commands. We also provide offline control, IR remote included in the box and local button rail of the smart blind. If that does not match your situation, there are better options, and I would rather you know that now than after you open the box. People who have used this long-term consistently mention DC power supply and low power consumption, powered by 4 AA batteries on the bottom rail, hassle-free battery replacement. 6 months battery life